Hi friends, this is Krish. I am called an urban Naxal because I speak the unadulterated facts on behalf of the common man. Friends, as you know, over the last 3 months after the COVID lockdown, people have been literally living off their savings. They have been burning their own body fat in order to live. India has lost a lot of its fat. A lot of people have used up their savings. They have used up their savings bank accounts. They have broken fixed deposits. They are living on borrowed money. People are in desperate straits. People have not been able to pay EMIs. They have not been able to repay their loans. The loans they have taken for houses, the loans they have taken for cars. They have not been able to pay their rent. Many people have not received salaries. People are in desperate straits and they are trying to live from month to month. Under these circumstances, some people have been selling gold. Those who have gold have been wanting to sell gold. More often than that, people have been mortgaging their gold. They have been taking gold loans. It's a bad idea to take a gold loan, and I'm going to explain to you why that is so. So first of all, guys, let's be very clear about this. If you're selling your gold, it's a good idea. It's a good idea to sell, and it's a good idea to sell your gold now. Now is a good time to sell. If you're going to mortgage your gold and take a loan, it's a bad idea. It's a terrible idea. And I'm going to explain why that is so. Number one, today the gold prices are quite high. For 24 karat gold, it is in the range of around 48,000 rupees per 10 grams. And that is a good price. It is generally moving in a very high range currently. But the prices of gold are likely to fall. Why is that so? We will talk about that in just a moment. The prices currently of gold are quite high. They are in a high range, but they will fall, and they may fall quite drastically. If you sell your gold today, you are likely to get the best possible price that you are going to see in the next few months. Why is that? Because more and more people are going to sell their gold, or more and more people are going to take gold loans and mortgage their gold. Whether they sell their gold or whether they take gold loans, whatever they do, prices are going to fall. The prices of gold will collapse. And when that happens, you will not get a good price for your gold. So, if you want to sell, this is a good time. Now let me explain to you the whole funda about gold. This conversation of gold came up because a friend of mine sold some gold yesterday. Actually, today. And here's what happened. He got a good amount of money and he's quite happy. He's quite satisfied. Now, when he was selling the gold, he felt miserable. He was selling a gold chain and a gold biscuit. I think he sold about 85 grams of gold, something like that. When he was selling it, before he was going to sell it, he felt quite miserable. He felt hurt because when a person buys gold, he gets emotionally attached to it. When he sells it, it is like cutting off a part of himself and selling it. It hurts him. It hurts his ego. It hurts a man's ego. And actually, it hurts a woman's ego even more. But he sold. And after he sold and he got the money, I think it was something less than 4 lakhs, but around 3.5. I don't remember the exact figure. But good amount of money, decent amount of money. He was quite happy. And we were talking about it. Now, what would have happened if instead of selling the gold that he sold, he had taken a loan against it. So if you go to a bank, you will see a lot of posters offering gold loans. From the bank's point of view, gold loans make sense currently. Why is that? Because it is a secured loan. They have an asset. It is a very easy asset to liquidate. Okay. So for them, a gold loan makes a lot of sense. Unsecured loans, personal loans, business loans, unsecured loans does not make sense at this current point of time, because people are not in a position to repay, because there is no business, because there is no revenue, there is no economic activity. People's businesses are failing, people are losing jobs. So it is a bad idea for a bank to give an unsecured loan. Even if they are giving a loan against security like house or car, I still think it's probably going to be a bad idea. But gold, decent idea. Okay, so from the bank's point of view, it makes sense to give a gold loan. From your point of view, from the common man's point of view, it does not make sense to take a gold loan. And I'm going to explain why. If you take a gold loan, today you will get a good amount of money, because they are going to give you about 70% of the value of your gold as a loan. But then you're going to pay an interest of around 9.5-10% on that. And your EMI tension will start. You have to pay EMIs. That's going to cause some tension. Now, if you default, see, you're borrowing money on gold because you need money, and you need money for living. People who take gold loans don't need it for business currently. They may need it for paying salaries. Some people may be using it for paying salaries. A lot of people are going to use it for just living, for running the day-to-day expenses of their household, which means they are not in a position to pay EMIs, but they are committing to pay EMIs. They are committing to repay it. When they start defaulting on the EMI, there will be penal interest. Okay, so gold is yours. You are only getting 70% of its value, but if you default in your EMI payment, they will start charging you penal rates of interest. They start phoning you, they start harassing you, you lose your peace of mind. Whereas if you sold your gold, just sold it outright, nobody is going to bother you. You realized its true market value today, and now it is up to you to use it wisely. Second reason for not selling gold. See friends, as more and more people enter the market to sell gold today, okay, and they will, and they are already doing so, there are not so many buyers as there are sellers currently. When more people sell gold, there is going to be a crash in the prices, or at least let us say a reduction in the prices. The market for gold will fall. As it falls, the bank will ask you to top up the value of your mortgage. So the bank will ask you to put more gold, because they want their security to cover the loan and then some. So for security, they will ask you to put more gold. So you are asking for more tension. Okay, they will give you tension, and if you are not able to put more gold, then they will say, okay, then repay our loan. And if you are not able to do that, then they will say, okay, then we are going to auction your gold. Your security will be lost. Now, when your gold is auctioned, it will be auctioned at a lower price, and the reason is that the market will fall. So, when your gold is auctioned, the bank may not completely recover the money of the thing, or they may recover of the money, but overall, if you look at the whole deal, you would not have realized the full value of the gold that you have effectively sold. Mortgaging ends up being just a roundabout and a bad and a costly and a painful way of selling your gold. So don't mortgage your gold. Don't take a gold loan from anybody, from a private company or from a bank. Don't take a gold loan. Sell your damn gold. Now, let me analyze some of the reasons, the emotional reasons why people will be taking gold loans. As I said, these are emotional reasons. These are sentimental reasons. A person would take a gold loan firstly because he doesn't want to go and tell his wife, listen, I'm going to start to sell the gold. Because there's going to be a lot of emotional drama if you tell a woman you're beginning to sell gold. She will act like her child has died. She is going to, basically the household mood is completely ruined. So it is easier for a man to go to his wife and say, Acha, listen, I'm going to take this gold, I'm going to take it to the bank, I'm going to give it and take a loan, and within a month or two, I'm going to get the gold back. He tells his wife, it is a false promise. It is a false promise because in the current market scenario, post-COVID, post-lockdown, boss, we don't know what is going to happen, but we know that the market is not going to recover and your business is not going to recover so quickly. So if you're going to tell your wife that you're going to recover her gold within a couple of months or a few months, you're probably lying, and if the woman believes you, then she's a fool. Bad idea. Second reason, in these joint family scenarios, you have a guy who's got some brothers and sisters and he tells his father, Acha, listen, in order to run my household, lend me some money. The father says, I can't lend you money. Then he says, okay, in that case, I'm going to take some gold, some of the family gold, and I'm going to mortgage it and I'm going to get gold loan, and then I will repay you in a few months. I'm going to get the gold back and put it back, and so I'm only using the gold. Now friends, using the gold in this way is sort of like having your cake and eating it too. You feel that you still own that gold. That gold is still yours. Although 70% or 70% of its value has already come to you. And you are spending that money. But you still think the gold is yours. So it is exactly like a guy saying, I have my cake and I'm eating it too. The cake is still there. And I'm eating it. That cannot be possible. That is foolishness. That is sentimentality. You are lying to yourself. You are lying to your family. So there will be these guys, especially in joint family scenarios, where a son may tell his father, Acha, listen, I'm going to take this gold and mortgage it and I'm giving it back to you. And his brothers will not be able to object, or they will not start asking for their share, because they will say, oh, I'm only borrowing it. But the actual fact of the matter is, most of the times, you are not going to end up borrowing it. You are going to end up selling it, because that gold will end up getting auctioned and it is not coming back to you. And you will not get back the value of the gold that you actually ended up selling. What is going to happen is you're going to pay a few EMIs, then you fail. And after you fail, the bank says, okay, penal interest. And you start paying penal interest. Then you fail. And then they say, we are going to auction the gold. It is going to spoil your relationships with your family. Don't do it. People who auction their gold, who mortgage their gold and then allow it to be auctioned, are ultimately taking a lot of economic and emotional punishment. Families will be ruined. There will be continuous family tension. Don't do it. However, today is a good time to sell your gold. You're going to get a good price for it. 1 month later, I think the prices will be substantially lower. 2 months later, 3 months later, I expect that coronavirus will be much more widespread. There will be much more economic damage. There will be much more poverty around. The prices of gold are likely to go down and down and down in the next 2 or 3 or 6 months. So, bottom line, if you want to sell gold in order to get cash to run your family, now is a good time. Tomorrow you may get less for your gold. Next month you will get still less for your gold. You will eventually have to sell out of majburi. Don't do it. Make a smart move. Sell gold. Now is a good time. Keep liquidity. You will need the liquidity in the months to come. Thank you. I am your friend, Krish, the Urban Naxal.